Hey guys, and welcome back. And today I am sharing with you how I do things very, very productively and how I organize and I store things when it comes to school and it comes to work sort of organization. So I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and subscribe if you love home organization and cleaning, decorating type content. If you love home improvement, just come and subscribe, be part of my family. Anyway, I wanted to start off quickly with just a couple of things that I did get from Kmart before I jump into the kitchen and share with you where I store and organize and what I do. This is what I got from Kmart because if you guys don't know, I'm actually looking at going back to study this year. I've applied, but I'm still waiting on the answer. It's killing me. So the first one was this pencil case. It is just called the Floral Pencil Case. This one here is cute, very clear. It is in that pastels as well. And this one here was only $5. I like the fact that it is clear, even though it might look a bit messy in the end and I might end up hating it. But I think it's going to be good because then I'll be able to see what's in here. And if I notice anything's missing, I can sort of grab it before I go out the door. The next one that I did end up getting, I'm actually going to take it out of the packet because you can't see anything properly when in the packet, but it's actually called a metal floral pen. So this is what it looks like close up. It's got the really cute gold detailing on the pen lid and then on the bottom as well. And it's just, again, got those pastel colors. Also got some of these, not very exciting, Papermate, just for correction pen, because I know that I will make a lot of mistakes. And then, of course, I got some sticky notes as well. I did try and go more the pastel colors to go with my pencil case and my theme. I feel like it keeps you a bit more motivated and it looks nicer and it makes you feel nicer when you've got nicer stationery to work with. So yeah, that's what I ended up getting. I can't remember how much these ones were. A rose gold pen, and they did have other colors. I know they've got like a metallic silver. I've seen them in gold and I've also seen them in a metallic blue, but they had a unicorn one of these as well. We went to a bead shop workshop, so that's what this is, because I made this at the bead workshop and had nowhere else to put it, so I just shoved it on here. But I ended up getting this. This actually wasn't from Kmart, it was from Officeworks, but I thought it would go nicely with my little pastel theme I've got going on. And then you just open it up and it is got a pocket inside, so if I get lazy and I don't hole punch or staple things together, or if I need to do it later, I can pop it in there. And then I've just got the ring binders in here, and if everything falls apart I can just zip it together and pretend I've got all my shit together when I really don't. So I'm just going to take you into the kitchen area so you can see my storage and how I organize and how I do all my school lunches and things. It's very, very productive and very quick and easy, and you guys can do it too at home if you wanted to. It's always down to anybody's lifestyle at the end of the day and what your kids eat and all that sort of thing. Hey, I hope you are ready to see an absolute shit show. Yes. This is just because school obviously isn't on at the moment and they're not all stacked nicely in my freezer or in my fridge or in my cupboards. Okay, so these are what I've got to work with. I don't have fancy, nice, big, deep drawers. This is what I've got. So my Tupperware always is never going to look as nice as what other people's would. So this is my solution. I have baskets. Mine has come off, so it doesn't look very nice at the moment. But anyway, I have everything in baskets in categories, but this is a school lunch one. This is what I mean. It is a shit show. But basically I put everything out of the dishwasher and I just throw it in. So as I said, it doesn't normally look like this because I've prepped up a lot of it and it's in the fridge or in the freezer or in the cupboard. And then you can see, try and pull it out more. See, this is the pain about having a small kitchen. I have to pull this one out to get to this one. Yep, every time I prep food. So this is how I store all my glass containers. You can see it's actually pretty good. This is for food prep as well as for my lunches and stuff like that. I don't usually use any of those plastic containers much for lunches. This is mainly my stuff. And over this side is all the lids. So I just use one of the Kmart files. I think they're like a letter holder thing, and that's what I keep to keep them nice and flush in there. So I've got all the big ones at the back and then the smaller ones that are pretty much the same size at the front, and then the glass lids for the round containers. But the key is to pretty much just try and stick to the same size containers, and then you're going to be right. you'll always be able to stack things beautifully in your cupboard and in your fridge and in your freezer when you're, prepping, cooking, and storing. This is my pantry. You guys would have seen it the other week if you are a regular watcher and a follower. I did a tiny little makeover on this, but this is where I store all my school snacks. I made sure it's in an area where Tali can easily reach. So this is quite deep because this is deep here. So I wanted to utilize the entire space, which this does perfectly. It has dividers in here if I want to divide everything up, or I can actually take these dividers out. So this one here is actually from Bunnings. If anybody is interested, I'll leave it linked below if they've still got it available. Hopefully I remember to do that. But yeah, this is how I store all of our stuff. As I said, school holidays, I haven't got anything prepped in there at the moment. So this is the main stuff that was stored in that kids' school lunchbox basket are these sandwich boxes. I love them. This is the Sistema. I think that's the brand. I've never actually tried to say it before. This is the brand anyway. It is dishwasher safe, it's freezer safe, and it's microwave safe. So that's why I have these, and I can get away with having these and making up the sandwiches for at least a week because my child is a fussy eater. And I know it's usually a bad thing, but she only eats Vegemite sandwiches, which means I can go to the supermarket on a Friday night, I can buy the bread, and I can literally make up her entire week's worth of lunch, pop it in the freezer, and each day I just pull one out and pop it into her lunchbox the night before or in the morning. So that is what I always do, and that saves me heaps of time because I can just make up a whole batch all at once and pull it out as I need it. The next item, this one is my favorite. It is Smash, Stack and Freeze. These ones are, you can see it's got like a jelly kind of, I don't know what it is, like a stuff in there. So you can freeze this actual container and then you could fill it up in the morning if you wanted to, if you're a morning kind of person. Or you can actually just freeze the entire container if you want to. So you could freeze like yogurt or things like that. I actually don't put this in the freezer ever, so I don't know how it holds up, but it says it's freezer safe, it's leak proof. These are also dishwasher safe. So I actually put yogurts in these, and this is how deep they are, just to give you an indication. It has a little bit on the side here, so it's like a non-slip grippy thing if you've got a child that needs, I don't know, a bit of unco child, probably like mine, like me. So yeah, I'd be more likely to drop it, and it just pops a little spoon in. So I love the fact that it's so compact, and that is something you can put in the freezer, something you can put in the fridge, and they do stack really, really nicely in the fridge and in the freezer and in your storage space if you actually have a nice storage space, or you don't be lazy like me and just shove it in a box. These are my other favorites. These are from Smiggle. I believe that you can get these from Kmart, and what I love about them is they actually click together and stack. That's it. So you just twist them on the top. It's hard to do it one-handed. Anyway, that's how they work. I've got shapes in these at the moment, which you can often buy like half price at the supermarket, and I'll just buy a heap of different flavors, and that keeps us on the go. I also put popcorn in these. I put grapes in the bigger ones and watermelon. And yeah, as I said, they stack really nicely in the lunchbox because you can stack them like so. This is the lunchbox I use. I did have the Smiggle lunchbox type thing, but then I changed over to these because I prefer these, because I can pop everything in super nicely of what I usually use. And then even a muesli bar can sit in here as well. So then it's good to go, zip it up and we're right. You can also put your little pouches of like cooling things in here as well, like your jelly pouch things to keep all your lunch boxes cool. So that is just what I use because it works for this kind of stuff that I'm using. I think when it comes to lunch boxes and it comes to packing lunches, it comes to all of that stuff, it is really just depends on your lifestyle and what your kids eat and what you're willing to do and what you've got time for. I personally don't have time to sit there and make sushi rolls. Not that my child would eat any of that, but even if she did, I honestly wouldn't have time to do it. I'd probably have to make these things for like lunch on the weekend and then save them for the school lunch box. And have all this stuff prepped up over the weekend, so on the Friday night, pop it in the freezer. These here, I can do the same on a Friday night if I want to, pop them in the fridge. And I know that my food prep is done, everything is ready for the week, and I don't have to stress about it, and it's so much easier for me. This is a hot mess, I know. But this is how I used to store Ziploc bags. I didn't have any of those fancy Ziploc bag things that you see these days that are so pretty, but this is just a file holder. Honestly, I need to donate a lot of these. I don't use them anymore, but if you use Ziploc bags, I do recommend these ones here, which have like a, I don't know, like a scissor sort of type thing. These ones here are much better. The seals don't go on them, where you've got these type, I'll pull it out. These type here, the seals do go on them, so I don't recommend these at all. Any of my school lunch stuff really in here anymore, just because I've gone to containers where I can shove them in the dishwasher and it cleans it for me and it's done. So the big takeaway I want you to really take away from this is just make everything super simple. Everything needs to be something you can shove straight in the dishwasher and it's done. Something that is really easy, that can drip dry or is going to dry in the dishwasher as well. So definitely not the Ziploc bags. They're just not a good idea. Even though I love reusables, I much prefer the containers. The other takeaway is get stuff that is going to keep in the fridge or in the freezer that you can just pull out each day and you can just prep it once for the week and then you're done. I know it's a little bit of an investment in your time, but if you're pulling all those things out every single night and remaking them every single day, I can tell you right now that takes way longer because you've got to, clean that area and wash everything up. And there's a reason why everything is done in production line in, factories and in Subway, for instance. It is a reason why it's done like that. If your kids love a variety, another good idea is to save dinner from the night before if it's something that you can put in their lunchbox. And then that way you know that you can make an extra serve and pop it into a lunchbox and into their bag and it's already done. So you don't have to double handle and make dinner and then have to worry about making school lunches if your kid's young and they can't make it themselves. So that's a thing that I really want you to think about today. I would love to know, leave it in the comments below, what are your favorite things that you make up in advance for school lunches that work perfectly for you. Now for myself, I usually do like a lot of veggie sticks and things like that, but towards the end of the year I got really time poor, so I did end up just grabbing my containers out. So I grabbed like 5 containers and I grabbed a roast chook from the supermarket and some mixed bag of frozen veggies. I pop them in these and then I pop them in the freezer, and each day I just grab one out and I take it to work with me and pop it in the microwave, and it was like having a little red rooster for lunch pretty much. I loved it and I've just continued to do that for a bit. So I think a lot of people forget that eating healthy doesn't have to take a lot of time. It can be really quick and easy and convenient. So if you're happy to eat 5 days a week the same thing, yeah, but that's just sort of what I did. Okay, so I thought I would share with you some of my sort of like life organization things that I do and the products that I have that keep me sort of organized throughout the year. So the first one is going to be my diary. My cat's on it at the moment. He's decided that he's going to knead himself in there. I don't know if that'd be very comfortable though, mate. So this is my diary. You can see I filled in January, but this is sort of like my brain dumping to-do list in all my categories of life. And then I've actually started a new routine where I get up at 6 a.m. and I do as much as I can off my to-do lists and stuff like that. So then it's done and over with for the day, and I don't have all these boxes opened in my head which is saying you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do that, and I feel like I'm really much more in control of my life. And then I also have this one here. It's just something that I purchased actually only the other day. This is actually from the supermarket. The other thing that I do is when I'm at school pickup now, instead of scrolling on my phone, again, we're trying to get out of the scrolling thing. Is it ever going to happen, right? I actually go onto, I have a couple of apps. So I have the Seesaw app, that's just what our school uses. And I go on there and I just go through and see if there's anything there that I need to address or anything like that. That's just where a lot of the teachers put her individual notes up on. I also go and look at the school newsletter as well. So when I'm doing school pickup, I like to get all the school stuff out the way. If I've done that and I'm still waiting, I'll actually go onto my work one and I'll go through and just have a look if there's any teachers' posts and things like that. So try to eliminate the screen time when it comes to like social media and that, because often I'm just scrolling and wasting time and trying to get all those things so I don't have these thoughts in my head. I've got to look at this, I've got to look at that. It's already done and I can go home and I can switch off and get back into actually relaxing for the evening. I'm not thinking about all the things that I still have to do. This is another beauty that I have from Steph Pace Planners. You can get chores charts from Kmart or anywhere really these days. But yeah, it does have little magnets that you can get. I'm actually going to start writing in more of things that I want to do. And then this is just how we do it in our household. She will get $1 for every time she completes 7 in a row, so she can earn up to $7 a week. This is the other one that I use, which is a monthly planner. So I can fill in this part here in my diary, which has got the entire year. So as things come up on Story Park, which is my my work app, or things come up on the newsletter or on the Seesaw app, I can actually write them in here if there's a student free day or if there's a dress up day or whatever I need to remember. And then when the next month comes, I can rub this out and I've got it all onto and I can transfer everything off to here for that month onto this calendar, and this one just goes on the fridge. Hey, mind my absolute grotty table. I have a 6-year-old and I have a tablecloth. What was I thinking? Anyway, this is my little kitchen area, and I usually sit right here in this spot, and this is where I do all the magic happens at 6 a.m. I sit here and I do my to-do list. But these are the drawers that I have. Honestly, they're probably not the cleanest, but I do go back through and tidy things up. And I forgot to show you these, so we'll have a look at them as well. But yeah, this is the drawer, and this is just where I keep like some stationery. So I've got my marker here, so when I get mail that comes in, I can quickly just get all the important stuff off it and just chuck it straight in the bin. Obviously my whiteout, and then I've got like pens and my whiteboard and chalkboard markers for the areas over there. This is really just a grab and go station. So I use obviously the pens and markers from here when I'm organizing in the morning. And then in here, it's very, very messy at the moment. I have an old planner in here, which I need to keep, believe it or not. And then I've just got all my receipts for my business, which I am so proud of myself. I've got January and I've got February receipts, and then I've got March receipts here for when I do my books for my YouTube channel and my cleaning and stuff that I do. And then over here I have, this is the old notepad. I've got 2 sheets left. That's why I got the other one the other day. I've got some stickers for my planner, and then I've just got a notebook, and this is for like my YouTube notes and stuff. That can pretty much just go, it doesn't get used. This is a laptop stand, so it doesn't get too hot, but this is usually where I keep my diary and stuff. So I can pop them straight back in there, and yeah, I just grab everything from here in the morning. So sitting in this nice little spot here, it's really good because I can grab everything I need from here and everything I need from here. These labels are also something that I got for back to school. Before I forget, I got these from Aldi, and you just write on them. I do want to get the name stamp, but I just never got around to getting it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you've all enjoyed. Please don't forget to subscribe if you're new here. I do home improvement type content, and I will catch up with you guys next week for a new video. I'll see you then. Bye.